So let's move now to the examples part of our discussion on electric charge and electric field. Consider the following problem. You have the following figure. You have three charges, Q1, Q2, and Q4. Q1 and Q2 are both on the x-axis. The distance between them is distance capital R, 0.02 meters. Whereas Q4 is located as shown, angle with respect to the x-axis. The distance of our angle is 60 degrees. Theta is equal to 60 degrees. And the distance between Q1 and Q4 is 3/4 R. Q1 is given to be positive 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19 coulomb. Q2 is positive 3.2 times 10 to the negative 19 coulomb, while Q4 is negative 3.2 times 10 to the negative 19 coulomb. So as you can see, Q1 is positive, Q2 is positive, but Q4 is negative. In the problem, we are asked to determine the net electrostatic force experienced by particle 1, experienced by charge Q1. Q1 will interact with the other charges in the system. There are two other charges. Q1 will interact with Q2, and at the same time, Q1 will interact with Q4. Each interaction is one force. Q1 and Q2 interaction, you have force F12. And Q1, Q4 interaction, you have force F14. Q1 and Q2 are both positive, therefore they will repel each other. Q1 will be pushed away from Q2, while Q1 and Q4 have opposite charges. Q1 is positive, Q4 is negative. Therefore, they will attract each other. That is, Q1 will be pulled towards Q4. F net, therefore, the net electrostatic force experienced by Q1, F net is equal to the summation of the forces experienced by Q1. So F net is equal to F12 plus F14. Now, forces are vector quantity. Therefore, in analyzing the forces, in getting the net force, you need to use your component method. So we have F net X, and then later on, we have F net Y. Applying component method, we determine F net X first. The X component of F12 is negative F12, while the X component of F14 is positive F14 times cosine theta. Therefore, F net X is equal to negative F12 plus F14 cosine theta. Applying our definition of the magnitude of the electrostatic force, applying Coulomb's law, F net X is equal to negative 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught times Q1 Q2 over R squared plus 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q4 over 9/16 of R squared times cosine theta. And thus we have F net X. Doing the same thing with the Y component, we are able to get F net Y. And then combining F net X and F net Y using Pythagorean theorem, we get the magnitude of the net electrostatic force. 1.776257016 times 10 to the negative 24 newtons. To get the angle of direction, we use the tangent function, and we have theta net. Finally, combining F net magnitude and the angle of direction, we have the net electrostatic force. F net is equal to 1.776 times 10 to the negative 24 newtons, 85.872 degrees above negative x. Next, we have the following problem. As shown in the figure, you have three charged particles, Q1, Q2, and Q3. Q1 is positive to Q, Q2 is negative to Q, and Q3 is negative for Q. The three charges are located as shown. They are equally distant from the origin, distant d from the origin, and each has an angle of 30 degrees with respect to the x-axis. Determine the magnitude of the net electric field that is produced at the origin. Just like the electrostatic force, electric field is a vector quantity. Therefore, you also need to use your component method when analyzing electric field. That is to say, in getting the net electric field, you need to use your component method in adding the individual electric fields. There are three charges, Q1, Q2, Q3, and each charge will produce an electric field at the origin. Therefore, you have E1, E2, and E3. The net electric field E net, therefore, is equal to E1 plus E2 plus E3. Q1 is positive. Therefore, the electric field that it creates is heading away from Q1. Q2 is negative rather. Therefore, the electric field that it produces will be heading towards Q2. The same goes for Q3. Negative charge. The electric field is considered to be heading towards the negative charge, towards Q3. Again, using component method, we have x component E net x and y component E net y. So once again, we apply component method. X component of E1 is E1 cosine 30 degrees. X component of E2 is E2 cosine 30 degrees. And the x component of E3 is E3 cosine 30 degrees. Therefore, E net x is equal to E1 cosine 30 plus E2 cosine 30 plus E3 cosine 30. Simplifying, we get E net x is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught, 8q over d squared times cosine 30 degrees. Doing the same thing basically with our y component, we see that E net y will cancel out. E net y is equal to 0. Therefore, the net electric field is just based on E net x. Therefore, E net is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught, 8q over d squared times cosine of 30 degrees. Simplifying further, we get E net is equal to 1.732q over pi epsilon naught d squared. And that's it for our discussion on electric charge and electric field. Thank you for watching.